to do on a weekend where we have yellow and orange wind and weather warnings? Paint the living room. I'm starting my ombre wall today and I'm doing some prep work there now. This will be the wall we're painting. So I have to put here masking tape up the wall. So this wall will be plain and this will be the ombre wall. And here I have to put masking tape on the skirting boards down there as well. I also removed any little imperfections on the wall with, I recommend this handy tool. You can use it for so many things. Here with this one I removed basically all the little blips on the wall, and here I have to fix that. There's old stone, so therefore sometimes there can be a little bit of moisture build up. So I fixed this there now with a little bit of polyfiller and let it dry, and then we're ready to go. So while my patch job there is drying, I'm kind of taping the corner of this wall, and this time I'm using the Deltec tape. I will do a lot freehand, but this is basically just a guideline in case the brush gets a little bit too far over. Alrighty. I put 9 markers in total, so I have 9 different stripes of paint for the ombre. And I'm trying to mark it now just roughly along the wall, so it'll be somewhat straight-ish. So as I am a big believer in using what you have and not wasting anything, I'm upcycling all my leftover paints. I have different shades of grey from different suppliers. Here this will be the top, that's white. Then I have Gorilla paint, I have Dulux, Johnstones, Crown, and again Gorilla Cloak, which is the darkest. This will be the base one, and then gradually I'm going up. And the ones where the contrast is a bit too big, I will mix them together to have a gradual, to have that ombre effect. These are the basically 5 paint colors plus the white, and in total we're doing 9 lines here to mix them all and blend them all together. Here you can see them ever so faintly in the light, and yeah, that's the plan anyway. Wish me luck. Here I mix the 2 darkest together to have that middle part there. And yes, I'm using an old stick from the garden for that. So that's Cloak from Gorilla mixed with a soft shadow from Crown. And let's see how it pans out on the wall. To say, so far I really like it. So how do you like it so far? What I have done is first tested everything on the wall, like you could see in the very first clip, and then I kind of labeled all the buckets in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being white, and in between, like this for example, is a mix between 1 and 2, and here now I'm doing a mix of 2 and 3. So here I'm having 3, which is another lighter grey, and we're getting lighter and lighter up until we are at white on the very top. So I'm mixing now paint number 2 and 3, and they're see-through trays, so don't worry, I'm not painting my furniture either. I have to say, painting freehand with big brush strokes and applying the paint generously makes you feel like a little artist. The top you can see, hold on here, the top is still kind of the green we had there before, Calm Spirit from Dulux. I'm starting now from the very top with a new brush, zebra brush, with the plain white. So far I used the same brush because I was smudging the transitions anyway, so it didn't matter if there was a little bit excess coming out here and there. and I want to start the top now with the plain white, and so that the last bucket of a light grey, they will meet together and they blend up then nicely. So this side is finished, this wall. You can see it gets gradually darker right to the bottom. I have to say it was great fun, and you can blend the paint the best once it's still wet. So you have to paint quick and fast. Once it's not that wet anymore, the blending is getting harder. And a little tip I found out is if the paint has dried because you're ventilating, or here I had the window open as well, is to basically dip the brush in just a cup of water or something like that, and then just kind of make the brush wet again, make the paint wet, and smudge and blend it a little bit further. We've decided as well to do the wall around the mantelpiece as well as an ombre wall, because this is where everybody is looking basically. If I would paint the other walls, we would really not see it and benefit from it. So we decided to paint this wall as well in an ombre effect. And once everything is finished and decorated, I show you the before and after. Okay, I'm not fully finished yet. I decided to do another wall in the ombre effect. It's a shame because I'm filming against the window, and even the pictures I'm showing on Instagram, it doesn't really show the full effect properly. I really hope you can see it a bit. You can see on top it's very light, and then it goes gradually darker, the ombre effect, and darker until the very bottom where I used a very dark grey. I'll show you later the full before and after. It's lovely. I really like it. I'm really happy I took the risk. I still have all my mixtures. I put cling film on everything. I know it's probably not the most environmental friendly solution to put cling film on, but I just didn't want it to get hard. So, and this wall then we were thinking, because everybody sits on the sofa, nobody really sees that one. This wall would be just a plain grey color, and same for under the stairs. There will be just a plain grey color, a one-tone color, because I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with that space. Okay, so let's recap. How did I do that? I went into my shed and I picked out all the different shades of grey I had left and a box of white. I put some testers against the wall, and then I marked them in terms of darkness or lightness. This is 2, 4, obviously white was on top, 3. And I bought 2 extra paints online, a very light grey, that is, it's called Lasty from Ticorilla, and a very dark grey that's called Cloak. I really love the texture of this one. And so I labeled them in order of dark to light. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and white on top. After I painted one layer, also one block with the darkest color, I mixed a bit of 1 and 2 together in a tray to have basically a transition block between 1 and 2. So I have now 1, 2, 3 stripes so far. Then after I painted paint number 2, the 3rd stripe, I mixed paint number 2 and 3 together in a little tray for the transition. Yeah, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stripes, and this is then the 5th stripe. Then you guessed it, I painted the stripe with 3. I mixed paint number 3 and paint number 4 together in a tray to have again a middle transition. So far I have 1 transition, 2 transition, 3 transition, and paint number 4. Between paint number 4 and 5, I didn't really do a transition because both of them are very similar. The key is to straight away paint the next stripe while your paint is still wet, and then you can smooch it and it blends very nicely together. It's the same with the last one with the 5 and the white then at the end, because once the paint is still wet you can smooch it together and it's a very nice blend. So don't let it dry in between. Imperfections don't really matter because you do an ombre wall. And yeah, that's basically it. So in total I have 9 different shades and 9 different stripes on the wall. Okay, you can see here I'm on the 3rd block there now. I hope it comes across there now. I'm smooching it and blending it together to give it that ombre effect, that cloudy effect kind of. So I'm going straight from the tin onto the wall here. And see, the paint is still wet, so you go up and down a bit. So blend it together. Up again, down again. And if there's a little bit dark coming up on top, it's not a problem. It adds to the effect. Really love it. You feel like an artiste. You can go really wild on it. And I don't know why I haven't done that earlier. It's great fun. It really is. It's maybe not the biggest brush I'm using, but that's what I had. It's locked down and I'm not hunting for brushes now, so I will. Okay, I'm starting with the white now. I'm starting from the very top here. Okay, now comes the important part I told you about, and I think it's easiest to show you on the white. It's the smooching I told you about. So it's important that the paint is still wet and that we blend it nicely together. So I'm blending here now the very light grey with the white, and the white is still wet, so here, and so we have a nice transition there where it's nearly seamless going from the light grey into the white. See that? So now here, put the dollop on it and blend it in. Smooch it with the white. So you have nearly like a seamless transition and it's getting darker and darker. I sure look, while the paint can is open, I might as well finish the living room and paint the skirting boards white so they match the door and also the tiles. It'll be looking so much better because this paint bucket, the paint is still perfect, but the bucket, I can't close it anymore, or I could close it but then I could not open it anymore, so this will be used now. This is the after.